Dogs. They are man's best friend, a symbol of loyalty, energy, strength, dedication, determination, and much more. One of the things that makes dogs so incredible in the eyes of many is that they are so adorable and diverse that you can have all kinds of dogs at home to perfectly match your needs. Big dogs, small dogs, furry ones, hairless ones, and so on. But to have the best, you'll need to break the piggy bank. So, from Samoyeds to Eskimos and more, here are the 20 most expensive dog breeds in the world. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Now let's begin. Number 1. Bedlington Terrier. Not surprisingly, the Bedlington Terrier was originally bred to do one thing: hunt rats, something we can all appreciate on some level, I'm sure. However, over time, the love for this dog grew so much that it became a breed often seen in various dog shows. They have a very unique coat and are known to be great with children, playful, charming, and full of energy. Bedlingtons desire above all to be the center of the family's attention and are known for protecting their loved ones. For an active family looking for an energetic, loyal companion who doesn't shed much, the search might end here with the dog of their dreams. Of course, the dog costs about $4,000, but the advantages seem to far outweigh any drawbacks, don't you think? Number 2. Saluki. The Saluki is a classic breed and, in fact, the mascot of some colleges for reasons that will soon become clear. Among the dogs of the world and among the oldest breeds, the slender yet resilient Saluki has been the hunting dog of kings for thousands of years. Salukis are agile and fast runners who love a good chase. They are also gentle, dignified, independent, but loyal pets, qualities many people undoubtedly find appealing. They are very impressive dogs when you consider their size. They may not be the heaviest, but males can stand over 2 feet tall. Furthermore, despite the appearance of their coat, they adapt easily to all kinds of climates. A word of caution though. Although Salukis are known as great pets, they have their own challenges that deserve attention. And this doesn't get any better considering they cost around $5,500. Number 3. French Bulldog. If you thought the English dominated the Bulldog market, forget that. The French Bulldog is the result of crossing English Bulldogs imported from England with Parisian Ratters. This unique French Bulldog, with its large bat-ear shape and balanced temperament, is one of the most popular small breeds in the world, especially among city dwellers. The Frenchie is playful, alert, adaptable, and completely irresistible to many, a perfect combination for those looking to profit from a dog. One reason these breeds are so loved is that they easily adapt to their owners, making them great for singles, couples, families, and more. They don't bark much but are very expressive and get along well with other animals, making them great dogs for homes with other pets. That said, they can be a bit expensive, with some costing up to $6,000. Number 4. Portuguese Water Dog. We've shown many dogs that were bred to help hunters and gatherers of large animals. But have you ever heard of a dog bred to help fishermen? If not, you're about to meet one. The brilliant and determined Portuguese Water Dog was bred to be a complete helper for fishermen, including a coat that hardly sheds and allows the dog to move through water with ease. This makes it the perfect assistant for fishermen. It also helps that it is a very easy dog to train and always tries to please its owner. If all that wasn't enough, it can live up to 14 years, plenty of time to fish a lot. I admit they have a curious coat, sometimes with unexpected colors and quick variations between dense fur and hairless areas. Overall, for $5,000, you could end up with a very useful dog. Number 5. Black Russian Terrier. The Black Russian Terrier is a large and extremely powerful dog, with strong bones and a thick, all-black coat. BRTs are known for their courage, confidence, and intelligence, which is no surprise considering their size and the place where they were bred. They were made to be guard dogs and are not very friendly with strangers, as their instincts kick in quickly. Due to the cold region where they were bred, the Black Russian Terrier's coat can withstand all kinds of cold weather, making it a kind of cold beast on its own. Despite weighing about 63 kilograms and having a thick coat, this dog is relatively agile and fast, even nimble in its movements. Bred in the former USSR and valued at over $3,500, it's easy to understand why some people are interested in trying out this dog. Number 6. Irish Wolfhound. The origin of the Irish Wolfhound is easy to understand, as it holds great significance for Ireland. It was bred to chase prey and be a guard dog, especially effective in hunting and protecting against wolves, hence the name Wolfhound. This is one of the few dogs that can actually face a wolf and survive, which is no small feat. Speaking of small, these dogs are definitely not that they stand almost 1 meter tall at the shoulders and weigh about 68 kilograms. So small, they definitely are not. Despite that, they can run at impressive speeds. They can reach high speeds, but most of their indoor behavior is decidedly slow, and they are definitely not the easiest to train. They do learn, of course, just at their own pace. Keep that in mind if you're willing to spend about $3,000 to have one of these. Number 7. Saint Bernard. The Saint Bernard is one of the most recognized and beloved dogs in the world. This is partly due to its enormous size and fluffy coat, which makes you want to hug them as soon as you see them. Additionally, the movie Beethoven featured a beautiful Saint Bernard, which helped make the breed even more famous. The dog was bred to be a rescue dog in the Swiss Alps, helping people trapped in various situations. And no, that does not include carrying a little barrel of brandy. That's just a myth. What's not a myth is that they are very loving and gentle dogs. So, spending a modest $1,500 to have one is actually a bargain. Number 8. Chow Chow. I'm not talking about dog food, but the dog itself, which is one of the oldest and rarest breeds in the world today. But wait, there's more. It's also an incredibly expensive dog to own, considering the initial cost and expenses with food, treats, vet visits, grooming, health issues, and more, which can add up to about $11,000 over its lifetime. Oh, and if you think I'm done, you're far from it. These dogs need exercise and should be walked up to 4 times a day, 4 times. Who has that time or energy, unless they're a hermit? They're also stubborn as a mule, so any training attempts will be difficult, to say the least. Considering this is one of the oldest breeds, maybe it's better to look at newer models. Number 9. Azerbaijani Shepherd Dog. Moving away from more common breeds, now we arrive at a breed that is, honestly, relatively new in the dog world. The Azervac breed was created only in 2019. That's right, new breeds are still emerging. Originating from West Africa, this breed was mainly developed for hunting and is closely related to hunting dogs from the Middle East and southern India. The reason you probably haven't heard of this dog before is the place where it was bred and the fact that the American Kennel Club only recently recognized it as a breed, giving little time for it to become well known. But awareness is slowly growing. Another interesting fact about the Azervac is that it can live a long time, reaching up to 15 years, as long as it stays healthy. Also, they are great exercise partners since they only work out when their owners are with them. If you need to get in shape, this dog can help for around $9,500. Number 10. Rottweiler. The Rottweiler, one of the most popular dog breeds in the world, especially in places like the United States. These dogs have a presence that you simply can't ignore. And this is even more true when they are chasing you for some reason. Now, some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, I have a Rottweiler and it wasn't that expensive. And that might be true. Often you can get one for less than $2,000. But the reason the Rottweiler is on this list is because this breed is known for having many health problems that significantly increase the total cost over the dog's lifetime. Seriously, this breed is extremely susceptible to practically every disease a dog can have, including hip and joint problems. That's why insurance claims for Rottweilers are the highest among all breeds, something they don't tell you when you choose one to take home. That said, if you can look past that and focus on how loyal and protective the Rottweiler is, you'll end up with a great dog. The average total cost is around $8,000. Number 11. Canadian Inuit Dog, Canadian Eskimo Dog. In today's world, we have a serious problem actually, several serious problems, and a bunch of idiots just make things worse. But speaking specifically about problems with animals, the biggest one is extinction. When an animal disappears, it's gone forever. In the case of dogs, you might think that few species are close to that, right? Well, you're mistaken. The Canadian Inuit dog is dangerously close to extinction. In 2018, it was estimated that fewer than 300 of these dogs remained in the world. They were brought to North America from Siberia over 1,000 years ago, and since the 1960s, their population has been declining. But what caused this decline? Do you really need to ask? It was people, more specifically, Canadians. You thought Canada was a friendly country, right? Well, you're wrong. At one point, they killed more than 20,000 of these dogs just to destroy their way of life. And the species never recovered from this mass killing. To be honest, this dog isn't exactly the best pet for families, as it has pre-existing and serious health conditions. They also get easily irritated and are known to overreact to small things in their environment. However, if you want a Canadian Inuit dog to help save the species, you can get one for about $8,750. Number 12. Dogo Argentino. There are many reasons for breeding dog breeds, but one of the most popular in recent history was to create hunting dogs. One of the most popular and expensive breeds in South America is the Dogo Argentino. Bred in 1928, its main ancestors are the now extinct Cordoba fighting dog and the Great Dane, clearly showing what they prioritized in breeding: strength and size. Because of its dominant physical traits, it is illegal to own a Dogo Argentino in the United Kingdom, Colorado, and New York City, among other places. Does that seem strange? Maybe, but there are many breeds banned in certain parts of the world due to their supposed aggressive temperament and physical strength. The Dogo Argentino is a pack hunting dog, bred to chase large animals like wild boars and pumas. It also has the strength, intelligence, and quick response typical of a serious working dog. An athlete, that's right. You heard correctly, this dog was bred to be an athlete, and they absolutely succeeded. The thing is, the Dogo Argentino is meant to be extremely active. It doesn't do well when idle. So, if you want to avoid unnecessary health costs, you'll need to keep this dog moving a lot, even if you don't take it hunting with you. And all of this comes with an initial price of about $8,000. Number 13. Afghan Hound. The Afghan Hound lives up to its name, considering its origin. If you didn't know, it's a breed that comes from the mountains of Afghanistan. But if you think a dog that grew up in the mountains of a predominantly desert country would have little fur, you're very mistaken. This dog is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful, with its long flowing coat and curled tail. They need to be brushed every day because their silky long hair tangles easily. Anyone with long hair knows how annoying that can be, so take good care of your Afghan Hound if you have one. They live on average between 10 and 14 years, but their health conditions can cost way more than the initial price paid for the dog. They're prone to problems like cataracts and hypothyroidism, the treatment of which can exceed $3,000. This drives the cost of this dog even higher, and this is something many people forget. You're not just buying the dog, but everything that comes with it, and that's important to remember when choosing your next pet. Speaking of price, the Afghan Hound costs around $7,000. Number 14. Loin. The Loin is a loving and affectionate dog, an ideal pet for families and great with children. The breed is very sociable and thrives in the company of people, which already makes it a breed many want to adopt. Because they don't just want a dog that interacts with them, but also with any children who might be in the house. Speaking of the Loin, it's very popular abroad, especially in Europe, and the breed has existed for over 500 years. In fact, the name Loin comes from German and means little lion. It got this name because it's known to be as brave as a lion when the situation demands it. Talking about a dog with many faces, another reason for this nickname, Little Lion, is that it has lots of fur that resembles a lion's mane. The coat can be found in various colors and combinations, and underneath all that fur is a strong, sturdy, elegant, and very well-balanced dog. It might not be the breed you expected to like, but with all its positive points and for being incredibly affectionate with family, it might be exactly the dog you choose. Want to know the downside? Here it is. This dog will cost around $12,000. Number 15. Akita. There's no doubt that many of you are familiar with the Akita breed. They're popular in Japan for several reasons. Akitas are known for being wise dogs and extremely protective of their owners, which is why the breed is often associated with one particular dog, Hachiko. Hachiko was such a loyal dog that every day he would accompany his owner to the train station and then wait for him to return. He did this for a long time, until one day his owner died at work. The dog didn't know this and kept waiting for his owner's return. The Japanese people were so moved by the dog's loyalty that they built a statue in his honor. Because while people often talk about a dog's loyalty, this breed might just be the champion of that trait. That said, this breed loves the outdoors and can get frustrated and destructive if it doesn't have enough space to burn off its energy. So keep that in mind if you're considering an Akita. If you want to form a bond with a dog like this, be prepared to spend about $4,000. But as the saying goes, what's the price of loyalty? That's right, isn't it? Number 16. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel is kind of a strange name for a dog, but there's a purpose behind it, one that traces back to its true lineage, which obviously comes from Britain. Cavaliers are the best of both worlds, combining the gentle attention of a toy breed with the energy and athleticism of a hunting spaniel. The sweet, gentle, and endearing expression that shines from their large, round eyes is the breed's trademark. Another feature is their silky, colorful coat, which can appear in 4 distinct varieties. They're known for being a bit aristocratic, not much different from the many owners they've had throughout history, no doubt. But they also love playing in the yard if you let them. Even though it might not seem like it, this breed is big and fast enough to be a hunting dog. The truth is, they're better known for the bond they have with their owners. They love spending the day playing and interacting as much as they can, and they prefer that over being left alone. Plus, there's no denying these dogs are incredibly cute, and since they come in various colors, you'll probably find one that suits you perfectly. If you're expecting a high price, you'll be glad to know they cost between $1,800 and $3,500, which for some people is a lot, but is just a fraction of what other breeds on this list cost. Number 17. Pharaoh Hound. While it's true that many in Egyptian culture were mainly cat people, that doesn't mean dogs weren't around to help balance things out. After all, there should always be balance. In fact, this breed known as the Pharaoh Hound was a dog that stood by the rulers of ancient Egypt and was also known as their primary hunting dog. They're so good as a breed that many claim they haven't changed in 5,000 years. Most species evolve in one way or another over such a long time, but not this dog. The Pharaoh Hound has a remarkable personality, marked by a huge zest for life. It's intelligent, affectionate, and takes life as it comes, loving to play for people, something you wouldn't expect from a dog. But believe me when I say this dog is full of tricks. And if you don't believe it, how about knowing that the Pharaoh Hound can actually blush? That's right. It has the ability to change the color of its nose when excited, and even its ears change color with emotion. Many owners train their Pharaoh Hounds to smile, since this fun-loving breed loves to smile, so teaching that trick isn't hard at all. Overall, you'll have a loyal dog that loves to hunt, play, and express emotions like few other dogs out there. Sounds perfect, right? However, the Pharaoh Hound is also known for barking quite a lot when it barks a lot when left alone or bored, and since it costs about $7,500, it's not a breed that just anyone should have. Number 18. Tibetan Mastiff. Let me introduce the Tibetan Mastiff, one of the largest dog breeds ever created, and that says a lot, considering the size of some dogs. While you might be impressed by its gigantic size and luxurious coat, you need to be cautious if you want to have one as a pet. These dogs were bred to be effective guard dogs, which makes them extremely territorial. Their size and coat were developed by the people of Tibet to help them travel through snow-covered regions and withstand the coldest temperatures they might face. So this isn't exactly the kind of dog you'd want walking by your side in places like California or Florida. In terms of size, they usually stand over 2 feet tall at the shoulder and can be very heavy dogs too. Females weigh between 70 and 120 pounds, while males can weigh between 90 and 150 pounds, so that's a lot of mass to consider if you decide to get one. That said, if you manage to get this dog and train it properly, you'll have an extremely loyal dog that will stay by your side the whole time you're together, which makes it a great companion. The only real downside is that with what it costs to raise and acquire this dog, you'll be spending around $10,000. Number 19. English Bulldog. Now, for a dog that's very popular in certain circles, I present the English Bulldog. This dog has a short snout and a strong, muscular build. The breed is famous for its loose skin and droopy face, which kind of makes it look lazy in the most adorable way possible. But just because it looks lazy doesn't mean it is, and it doesn't mean you'll want to mess with its bite, because it will bite if you get too close at the wrong moment. The English Bulldog is a sweet and gentle dog with a great personality. It's reliable and predictable, making it an excellent pet for families and very affectionate with children. People-oriented, the breed actively seeks human attention, which makes them perfect for those who want a dog that's not lazy at all, but eager to interact in many ways. Another thing to note is that the English Bulldog can be a guard dog. Sure, it might not look as imposing as a Doberman, they may not look as intimidating as a Pinscher or a Rottweiler, but they have instincts that help them stay alert to danger, even chasing after unknown dogs they see as a threat. But considering they're low-maintenance dogs, don't need a yard to move around, and you can find one for about $2,500 in the right place, you might feel tempted to give the English Bulldog a try. Number 20. Samoyed. You might think that some of the dogs I'm going to show are just pretty or exotic dogs for which people charge high prices, but that's not entirely true. Besides being beautiful and perhaps great pets, some of these breeds actually work for a living. One of them is the Samoyed. Originally bred to hunt, pull sleds, and herd reindeer, the Samoyed proved to be a valuable companion to the Samoyedic people of northwestern Siberia. Among this breed's tasks are carrying loads, tracking, and keeping their owners warm by sleeping on top of them at night. And that already shows these dogs are worth the price, because they can help their owners in many ways when properly trained. Some Samoyeds can be stubborn at times, but above all, they remain friendly, gentle, and devoted family dogs. They're affectionate with almost everyone as long as new visitors don't mind getting a bit of fur on their clothes. Speaking of fur, the Samoyed is one of the most admired breeds for its beautiful white coat. It's true that shedding can be intense, but considering the dog you're getting, in most cases it's worth the effort. Besides that, the Samoyed is the kind of dog that loves to do everything, in fact. It prefers it that way. So, if you want a dog as active as you are, the Samoyed is definitely a breed for you to consider, if you have about $14,000 to spend. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting videos that are appearing right now on your screen, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.